Hey YouTube, it's raining here. I'm growing my hair out, so I kind of got a little ponytail right now to keep it out of my face. I haven't had long hair ever, so I have like an awkward head, so I figured if I grow my hair out, maybe that'll be better. It's just, I hate it because I'm getting ready to go on a run and it just kind of gets in the way, but it's finally long enough to put in a ponytail. Anyway, not that you care too much about my hair issues, but I want to do a video and I'm gonna try to not talk about everything under the sun. I'm gonna try to just talk about a supplement called Tianeptine, or I've heard other people call it other names, but that's how I pronounce it. Okay, so as you know, if you've watched my videos, I've never really taken a medication at a therapeutic dose. Very sensitive to medications, and I'd like to also point out that depending on your ancestry, it could impact your tolerance levels with medication. I'm 25% Native American. My grandmother's full-blooded, and I found out that Native Americans can have, you don't need as much of the medication as other people. So a very tiny dose of something for me goes a long way. I've been battling pretty bad with a flare-up of depression and anxiety. I have overcame some of it. I've been driving different places, you know, over an hour by myself, hanging out with family, but ultimately I just feel a constant unease, dread. I've worked on mindfulness and meditation. I've studied under Eckhart Tolle. I've done almost anything you could imagine. The only relief I ever had from my anxiety, which has manifests itself for me psychosomatically, I have a lot of physical symptoms, but was when I first took Xanax, and that worked pretty well, at least for the anxiety, for a good 5 years. I never took over. After 5 years, I was on about 1 milligram a day, and then I had upped the dosage to, the doctor wanted me to up the dosage to 1.5 when I started getting panic attacks again, and I was really tired all the time, so that's sort of what started my journey, and then coming off of that was hell. But okay, I digress. Tianeptine, there's a sulfate and a sodium version. Sulfate is, and I hope I don't get these backwards. Okay, sodium, I believe, is the actual pharmaceutical grade stuff. I have that. I know a lot of people on these videos will show the box and the pill. You can Google it if you want to see it, but I do actually have Stablone ordered directly from Russia or France, wherever. I got it from a Canadian pharmacy, but my psychiatrist wrote me a prescription for it. Very profound effects, like when you take it, but the half-life of the prescription one is very short. So there's actually an American version that is, I think it's called, oh yeah, sorry, that's the sodium one. Oh, sorry, that's the sulfate one. And the sulfate version lasts longer and supposedly has less euphoria and is better overall, so most people say. I see a lot of people online, when I look up phenibut or phenibut or phenibut or whatever you want to call it, or Tianeptine, almost every subreddit and I mean, gosh, maybe 90% of the articles is about people megadosing to get high. Nothing really upsets me more than people who abuse medications, supplements, to get high. I've never done drugs outside of, you know, Xanax or alcohol, but I never want to get high. I just want to feel well. You know, a lot of y'all could probably resonate with that. I just want to feel clarity. I just want to feel calm energy. Everybody wants that. I want peace. So anyway, right now I'm on a sort of a mixed bag of shit, and I don't want to be. My whole purpose coming off of Xanax was to, you know, get off meds. I've realized now that might not be an option for me, and I really could give two shits. Originally was a medication basher, and a lot of friends and family on these meds, and most of them are doing really, really well. But I was sitting there in the back in the corner in my darkened hole of depression, forcing myself to do things but never enjoying anything, and then judging everybody else for taking medications because I was better than them. Just kidding. I never thought I was better than them, but I just thought because I knew the truth, because I knew, you know, I had all this knowledge about how diet and exercise and all these things can heal you, and but then I just started doing everything. I mean, I'm not lazy. I didn't go sit on the couch and just be depressed. I just decided that I wanted to go out, and I was going to do everything I could to get my life back or die trying. And when my anxiety was really bad, when I couldn't drive, I joined Uber to drive Uber, and it sucked, but then I got used to it. I started driving around, and then for the first time started actually enjoying driving around, and there was some hope. Hope's very powerful. Maybe you get hope from my messages. I hope so, because that's truly what I want to, the message I want to get across. But I wish I could have that video, like I've said before, of where I'm just healed, and I was gonna wait to do these videos until I was better, but you know, I figured I'd just, it helps me too to look back on my video sometimes. So I'm on 50 milligrams of Lamictal, and I'm also on what is it, I, you know, go different dosages, but typically I take 100 milligrams of gabapentin twice a day, and then 200 milligrams at night. I've actually been sleeping better than in a long time, holy cow. But unfortunately, the sleep doesn't seem to equate to anything. I actually feel better when I'm tired. I don't know why. And yes, I have 2 sleep monitoring devices to track deep and restorative sleep and REM sleep. Since I started taking the Tianeptine, I've had virtually 0 deep sleep and very little REM sleep, even though I've been sleeping longer and without waking up less, which seems great. But you know, I don't know how accurate those trackers are. All I know is that even when I was waking up 5-6 times a night and only getting 7 hours, I was getting deep sleep and I was getting REM sleep. So an important thing, and it's so hard to get out of this this muck, but I'm clawing my way out again. And once again, my video is turning into a whole diary confessional. Sorry about that. I guess that's just my my way, but it helps to talk to you guys. It helps to record these things. So Tianeptine supposedly works very quickly within a couple weeks, which you can feel effects right away, like anxiety reducing effects. I definitely feel more relaxed on it. Definitely feel more relaxed. And I haven't really had this effect, unfortunately, today, but the first 2 days, first few days, and I've been on it now for 4 or 5 days. I feel like I have no concept of time, but it was like, okay, first of all, the Lamictal, I'm pretty sure, is causing flu-like symptoms. One of the hardest parts for me in all of this is every psychosomatic symptom I have could also be a symptom of withdrawal or of the medication. Lamictal can cause flu-like symptoms, so can anxiety. But I truly think the Lamictal's causing it, because since I've been on it, I've been having these weird flu-like symptoms off and on to the point where I can't get out of bed. I mean, I feel so sick. Like, not anxiety or depression, which I have that, but like body aches, you know, just tired, feverish, really hot. You know, it's been going on since I started Lamictal 15 months ago. But I could never get up to a high enough dose, but it was helping. I felt it when I hit 50 milligrams. I thought it was the one. And had more success with Lamictal than anything else I've ever tried. Mainly because it's the only medication I've ever really stayed on. But I was able to accomplish a lot more. I felt a lot more clear. Eventually my anxiety, I had less anxiety. My psychosomatic symptoms were pretty much gone. But then it stopped working when I moved. And I started having flu-like symptoms again. So I've made the decision to try to come off of it. And Tianeptine actually works in a very similar way, modulating glutamate receptors, and it does it downstream by hitting the opioids. A lot of these meds, I mean, no one knows how they work in entirety, and Tianeptine is very novel. It also has been shown to increase dopamine, but it's it has been in clinical studies from our own National Institute of Mental Health. It has been shown to be as effective as SSRIs, with more rapid onset of action, and it is more less side effects. So, and that's, you know, in the NIMH literature, if you're interested in looking at that. There's a lot of studies on it, so it's not some like random supplement, right? This is an actual medication, prescription medication in Europe, and highly effective for a lot of people. Sucks that the half-life's so short, but like I said, I could feel the effects of it. But I'm trying to stay on it for at least a few weeks, but at the same time, I'm coming off Lamictal. But I started having some withdrawal symptoms, possibly burning skin, which I haven't had in more than 6 months, you know. So all my physical shit was over with. I was sleeping better. It was just on that constant fog. And I'm pretty sure gabapentin, I don't know for sure, makes me more depressed. I've always been depressed since I was a kid, way before medication. I was talking about suicide at 7 years old. And yes, I've seen therapists, I've tried everything, right? And a lot of the things I was able to resolve in my life, as far as intrusive thoughts, panic attacks. I don't get panic attacks. Do not get them. You know, it's been ages. I've gotten close, but deep breathing and stuff like that has mostly eliminated those in my life. So now I just have like sort of a dull dread all the time. I feel so brain fogged, which is like, I'm not depersonalized per se, but sometimes it gets close. I just feel I feel detached, but Tianeptine seemed to make me feel like in a different kind of fog. Like, okay, I'm in a fog, but I'm okay with the fog. Okay, I'm depressed, I'm okay to be depressed. It made me not want to fight it as much. It made me okay with, being okay with those things, which ultimately is what it takes, because if you really think about it, a lot of the depersonalization and the anxiety and stuff, they feed off each other, right? They feed off each other, and the more you try to, when you tell your brain, you say, hey brain, I'm worried right now. I'm worried about the way I feel right now. And actually, I'm going to do another video about this because I'm already at 15 minutes. But Tianeptine is something I'm trying as a result of getting off of Lamictal. And then hopefully have another plan for the gabapentin. And then maybe be only on the Tianeptine. So anyway, that's the goal, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. But I've had a lot of success as far as pushing myself outside of my comfort zones lately, even though haven't necessarily enjoyed anything. I'm still having, less physical symptoms, and I'm getting ready to go on a run, try to burn out some stress. So, all right, God bless, guys. I'll talk to you soon.